Magical Girl Friendship Squad is an adult animated show on Sci-Fi created by Kelsey Stephanides. The original short was in production back in 2015. It was pitched around for a few years until it was picked up by Sci-Fi, who ordered a more polished version of the show. The old version of the show would serve as a pilot series and would be known as Magical Girl Friendship Origins. Both versions of the series would air on Sci-Fi TZGZ, with Origins being released in January 2020 and the newer version coming out in September 2020. The show follows two 20-something slackers, Alex and Daisy, who live in New York, and one day they are chosen by a mystical red panda, Nut, to become magical girls, tasked with protecting the world. So I was scrolling on my dashboard and I was tagged in a post about this show, and I was like, cool, I love magical girls, it's one of my favorite subgenres within anime, and I'm always looking for titles to add to my very slowly growing list of black female leads in animation. So recently I sat down to watch both series, but I couldn't find Origins. All the episodes of both shows on Sci-Fi's YouTube page were made private, but I was able to see a few clips of Origins though, which is a shame because I really wanted to compare the two shows properly, so whoever has a link to the Origins pilot, slide it over please. I just love seeing the growth. I like seeing how ideas have developed, what was dropped, added, switched up, whether the style, the colour palette or a character's design has changed. Whatever your favourite cartoon or live action TV show is, try and find the original concept and the original pilot episode. For example, this is Whoop-Ass Stew, a short made by Craig McCracken in his final year at Cal Arts. This short was revamped into the Powerpuff Girls pilot that aired on What a Cartoon back in the day, which led to it being its own series. Anyways, I finally got around to watching Magical Girl Friendship Squad, and I liked it. I like the changes that they made from the pilot when I compare it to the few clips that I've seen. If I were to describe the feel of the show, it's like a blend of Broad City, a little bit of Tuca and Bertie, and maybe a splash of panty and stocking with garter belt, minus the blackface. The show parodies some of the more well-known Magical Girl series that people who are not well versed in the genre have either seen or know of, like Sailor Moon and Kill la Kill. They riff on Sailor Moon a lot. Obviously, it's the most influential and recognizable Magical Girl series. This guy right here looks like Mamoru. And the villains of the show are gathering energy for their leader, and of course, the transformation sequences. There's even this one-off character that looks like a mashup of Usagi and Nurse Joy. Cute. I like the show. It was fun and I think it has potential to be even better. Now, I don't know why a bunch of people are really in their feelings about the show. They're treating it like it's Emily in Paris or something. When I was looking for reviews just to see what the general reception was, I had to scroll very far down to avoid many of the obviously bad faith criticism. You can tell just by the thumbnails. They have that look, and of course the titles. And they're made by some familiar names who are known for making those types of videos. I won't show or mention them because why would I? But one thing though, the word pandering is overused and misused way too much. I remember people were like, Craig of the Creek is pandering. We Bear Bears is pandering.
You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Like I did this test where I went to some of their channels and just typed in She-Ra in the search bar, and surprise, surprise, many videos with the same reaction. Blah blah blah, Cal Art style. Blah blah blah, pandering.
Yeah, that's all you can say. Can you come up with something else? Can you come up with something else?
It's so funny to me how in the show they did a whole episode about internet outrage and clickbait and how the evil company uses it to collect energy. I just wanted to see valid critiques from people that either loved the show, hated it, or like me, thought it was okay and were curious to see where it could go. I did find one though, and through them I found another, so thank you for that. But that was it. I'm sure there's more, but I can't spend that much time scrolling down page after page seeing those thumbnails with runtimes that range from 20 minutes to 2 hours. Too much of that makes me itch. I'm good. So I opted for written reviews, which was easier. So the reception was mixed. Some people liked it, some people didn't. I read both and yeah, I could see why. I could see their reasoning. They had, good reasons, or just better reasons than what was on YouTube. So some people didn't like how it referenced a lot of pop culture because they felt it would become dated very soon. And that's fair, but show me an adult cartoon that hasn't done that. Even ones that people praise the most do that. Like, even Futurama, a show that's set in the far future, has many pop culture references to the years in which it was made. I saw some people say that they didn't like how crude it was. yeah, a lot of adult animation comedies can be very crude and, rely on gross out humor. As someone who has seen a lot of them, from South Park to Big Mouth, Magical Girl Squad is pretty tame in comparison. I mean, besides the first episode, really, like, I can name multiple episodes of a variety of adult cartoons that have done similar jokes in a much grosser way. Like, I've watched Drawn Together. I've watched the Drawn Together movie. I don't know, maybe I'm just numb to it. I did read one ranty review that made me laugh. This person had to be a Kill la Kill stan because they were going off about one scene in the first episode that featured the first version of the girls' costumes. They felt like it didn't make sense to parody Kill la Kill because Kill la Kill is a parody itself and it's comedy too. But like, people make fun of parodies all the time. Like, I don't know, okay girl, like, I get that's your fave, but like, you can't be that pressed. Come on now. What else? Oh yeah, I saw someone didn't get the weird attack names that the characters were using.
Long salad! Laser light show! Birth control, abort operation!
I got it. It was a reference to Sailor Moon Stars. Now, I know a lot of people haven't seen the final season of Sailor Moon. You really should. But like, in Sailor Moon Stars, this happens. I love this attack. Do this to me when I'm on my period. Maybe it will help with cramps. Some people didn't really like the art style, and that's fair. Art is subjective. I have a friend that avoids Big Mouth because she said nothing good can come from an art style that's that ugly and off-putting. So there were some pacing issues. There's only 6 episodes and all of them are 12 minutes long. I think it was maybe a bit too much. They tried to build the world of the show, have their monster of the week, drop hints of the season 1's big bad, fight that big bad, and get their jokes in. So it was moving very, very fast. Maybe if we had 10 or 12 episodes, we can kind of slow it down a bit so they can fix that issue. Animation wise, I really like the art style. I think that the character designs are really cute to me. It's a real upgrade from the pilot. The color palette is very warm and saturated. I also like how the background is as interesting as the foreground. In episode 1, the girls walk past the mural and I just had to pause to look at it. The posters in the girls' apartment made me laugh. There's a poster that's a reference to a silly monster of the week from Sailor Moon, a Yoshi poster that's in the style of the Alien movie poster, and a Cowboy Bebop poster, so that was nice. I also liked the transformation sequence too. What else did I like? I liked that after the first episode, where Alex and Daisy grabbed a coat and a bin bag to cover themselves because they felt a little overexposed in their Kill la Kill parody costumes. They had newer outfits in the rest of the season. They didn't take that joke and run with it throughout the whole series like they did in the pilot, because in the pilot, from the clips I've seen, they were wearing coats over their outfits throughout the whole thing. And it's like, come on, this is a magical girl show. We need cute clothes. It's kind of a must. So they're now in costumes that they feel comfortable in and it's more their style. So Daisy is wearing black and she has a more punk rock look to her. There's spikes and stuff in her costume. And Alex is in white and has a majorette motif with hers, and her hair gets longer too. I think their costumes are a possible reference to the first Pretty Cure anime with Cure White and Cure Black. Some of the jokes made me laugh. It was entertaining. I liked how they were told to use love to defeat some of the villains. It ranged from casual compliments to big declarations of friendship love that Alex and Daisy have for each other, and turning that love into lasers because magical girl show, that's what they do. The voice acting was good too. Quinta Burston and Anna Akana did a great job with bringing the characters of Alex and Daisy to life.
How do these cool teenagers know who you are, Nut? You're not cool.
And that's really cold, coming from Carla St. Beverly's #1 fan.
I just wish Anika Noni Rose could have stayed on to voice Nut, because I love her voice and she's Princess Tiana, she's Princess Tiana. I hope more people get to watch it though, I hope it does find its fan base. It's gonna be a little bit harder to do since it's been bombarded with all this negativity, but hey, other shows went through this too and they turned out fine, so time will only tell. But if we do get a second season, I would love to see them riff on other magical girl shows out there. Maybe there's a costume change and they're disappointed because they like their old ones better, or there's like rival magical girls that are better than them and they're really rude to them about it. They could even parody Western magical girls like She-Ra, Princess Starla and the Jewel Riders, or Winx Club and Witch. Or maybe they'll make fun of the newer grimdark magical girls that try really, really hard to outdo Madoka. You know, there's a lot they can do with this premise, really. Anyways, those are my thoughts on Magical Girl Friendship Squad. I just want to welcome all the new subscribers and viewers. When I decided to revive my YouTube channel and actually, you know, post links to other places so people can watch it, I didn't really think that people would watch it, but you are, and you know, some of you seem to be enjoying it, and that's really nice. And I see you guys, like, you know, putting those links to Twitter and Discord and other places, and that's really nice. So thank you very much.